What's up, people? It's your boy, Carlos Blue Forte, and you're watching the Blue Forte television channel. This is a review of Chelsea versus Liverpool. Um, well, it's not a review, it's an update, actually. As you know, we won 2-1, and I will break down all the results from the other games that happened this season, this weekend. Sorry for the late update. Usually it would be on Sunday, but yesterday I was playing football. I told you that I'm back playing football as well myself. Not professionally, nothing like that. Like a little Sunday league thing. And yeah, it's a different format. It's more like futsal. So sometimes in one day we'll play about 4 or 5 matches. Yesterday we played 4 matches. We drew the first one 0-0, lost the second one 1-0, and then we won 2-0 and then 3-0 to finish off the weekend's events. And it was quite good. It was quite, it's different, 7-a-side, not 11s, not what I'm used to. I'm used to 11, you know what I mean? But yeah, the futsal thing, it was with a proper football. So it's like futsal. It doesn't have, we don't have the same ball as in futsal, but it was really, really good, really interesting, and good for me to touch a ball after 2 years being out. No injuries, nothing like that. But just good. It was just good to be back playing football myself. Saturday went really well for Chelsea, didn't it? It went really well for us. Brilliant game, man. What can I say? Caicedo, phenomenal goal from Caicedo on his right foot as well. Usually he's left foot. I don't know if he's left footed, but usually I sometimes see him use his left. He's been using his right foot quite a lot. It was nice. He took a touch, then another touch, and then yeah, hit the most perfect shot into the top left-hand corner, or the goalkeeper's right-hand corner. It was really, really, really good. We played a 4-2-3-1. Sanchez was in goal, James at right back, Achimpong right centre back, Badiashile left centre back, Cucurella on the left back, Caicedo left central midfield, and Gusto surprisingly played. He started the game I think he started and finished the game in right central midfield. Garnacho was on the left. He was really good. He was really, really going at Liverpool, really threatening Liverpool. On from the left, Fernandez in the 10, and Neto on the right wing, with Pedro up front. Liverpool had their goalkeeper, I forget his name, Mama Dash, in goal. I told you that I told somebody on Friday that Alisson was injured, and he's out till November. And I said we should take advantage of that as well, because he had a really good game against Crystal Palace the week before. Even though Crystal Palace beat them, he made an amazing amount of saves. So that happened. They had Bradley at right back, Kanate at the right central midfield. They had Van Dijk at left central midfield with Kirkes on the left. They had Gravenberch in the right central midfield with McAllister at left central. They had Gakpo on the left, Szoboszlai in the 10, Salah on the right wing, and Isak up front. And I was looking at them. I'll talk about the subs in a minute. Obviously, we made some great subs. We've changed the course of the game. But we were 1-0 up at half time. Liverpool were threatening, but they didn't really, I didn't really see, I was not worried about Liverpool in the slightest until until the second half, when they came back into the game. But, you know, in terms of total shots on goal, we had 12 and so did Liverpool. We had 6 on target. Liverpool had 2. Um, we both had 1 big chance each. 7 corners for us, 2 for Liverpool. We were forced to make 1 save. Our goalkeeper was forced to make 1 save, and Liverpool were forced to make 4. And yeah, yeah, passes. We had 6. We had our long passes were better, and the percentage was up. 67% of our passes were completed, long range passes, that is, and 43% of our long passes were completed. My bad. 37% completed for Liverpool. We had 67 long passes. They had 43. We only had 1 through ball. We're not breaking the lines of defense at all, not that much. Maybe when Cole Palmer's there, back in fitness, hopefully that should change. 8 through balls for Liverpool. We had 688 touches of the ball. They had 649. We had, in terms of total passes, 83%, with Liverpool 82%. We were disciplined this week. No reds, no red cards, no yellow cards, which was really good. And there were some fouls. We had 2 offsides each. But yeah, we played pretty decent, man. What can I say? I can't. There's no criticisms this week. It was a good all round performance. We weren't cagey. We looked like we were in control. Caicedo really did change the course of the game with that goal, and we were able to just not be comfortable, but yeah, it was pretty good. In the second half, I mean, I think Enzo Maresca got a yellow card because he complained to the referee once. I remember. I can't remember what he complained to the. No, he didn't complain to the referee. He actually complained at the player, which he shouldn't do. He should try and measure his emotions a little bit better than that. Obviously, he got red carded after the second goal from us. But yeah, it was good. Jamie Gittins come on in the 75th minute. Jarrell Hato, came on in the 68th minute. Mark Guiu came on in the 74th minute, and Esteval came on in the 75th. Another big game changer before that was Romeo Lavia coming on in the 55th minute. He came on for Badiashile, who got an injury. I guess I can't remember how that would have worked if James would have gone central and then Gusto on the right with Lavia in his place. So yeah, that's what happened there, wasn't it? Pretty good. I mean, I'm a bit shocked at Badiashile's injury, but we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully he'll be back in a couple of weeks. But everybody else played really well, man. But Lavia was really, for me, he was the person. He came back from injury, really G'd up the team, got everybody playing, got everybody focused. And yeah, it was good. But what can I say? Jarrell Hato, when he come on, I did feel a lot more comfortable in defense as well. Gittins came on and he did try it. Gittins, to me, he will be a bit of a late bloomer. There's nothing wrong with that. There's been loads of players in history that have been late bloomers. Jamie's no exception. He will come good. There is a player there. I can see that. Maybe he does need to come off the bench a few more times. Until he's like really knocking on the team's door. But he looked completely different to how he has in previous weeks for us. And yeah, Esteval, he was just amazing. He was amazing. In the little time he was there, Before that, I have to take my hat off to Garnacho as well. And yes, he did. He played really, really well. He was very, very threatening. Um, and that's what you like. Um, Neto was threatening too. He was very threatening. Um, just the thing with him, maybe um, I don't know. Maybe he should be a bit more selfish as well. Once he's beaten a man, once he's beaten his defender, he needs to get closer to goal and finish as well. He always lays it off. He always lays off a pass, but sometimes I like when Neto is attacking, when Neto goes past somebody and attempts to shoot. I think sometimes he could really spare our blushes um, in sense. But I know it's the system, it's the tactics, it's the way it works. Endo Fernandez was very industrial, very good in the 10. He played really well. Um, they all did. Everybody did. Sanchez I have to big up as well. Like I said, the only one big save that was forced out of him. Um, he played really well. James was really industrial as the captain. It was good to see him do a full 90 and not worry every time like he's tackled or every time because I'm always worried, but I think his injuries are really past him. Them injury days are past him. I'm sure he's having more rest as he's getting older, which is helping him recover better. Because I think always with James, I think if he's ever guilty of anything, it's probably overtraining, which is not a bad thing. But sometimes, especially when you're young, you can get injuries that way as well. So it was really, really, really good from us. Like I said, Liverpool, I said before the game, I did tell you that they got beat by Crystal Palace. And big up to the coaches at Crystal Palace and my good family member of mine as well, who's there coaching the under 21s. Big up to you. That was really good. But Crystal Palace did um, set the tone for what was going to happen this week, because I thought if Crystal Palace can beat them and Ishmael Sarr can have the kind of game he did against them, um, definitely we could do the same thing. And I think Garnacho must have seen that game and thought, yes, I can run at them. I just like that Garnacho does run in. The only thing with Garnacho, I will say, he does tend to cut in, cut in into the center a lot. I know why he does that, but still, it would be nice to him to run down the byline sometimes, then cut in and take a shot at goal. I think sometimes we're just past the halfway line, and he's down the wing, and then he's cutting in too centrally. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not so good. Sometimes he needs to shoot as well. Probably the same with Neto, with all our wingers anyway. Need to be a little bit more selfish, you know, because we could have wrapped the game up a long time ago. But extra time, it was an extra time goal against Crystal Palace, if you remember with Liverpool, and it was an extra time goal for us today. Um, what else can I say? Yeah, we just played well, really well, and I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy we've beaten them, and we seem to have done Arsenal a big favour as well. But anyway, that's another story. So let me talk about the results. Uh, okay, so what do we have here? Yeah, on Friday, as you know, Friday the 3rd of October, AFC Bournemouth played Fulham. They beat them 3-1. Antoine Semenyo scored in the 78th minute. Then this was to cancel out a Ryan Sessegnon goal from Fulham, which was in the 70th minute. A good goal, well-worked goal from Fulham. As you know, it was 0-0 at half time. The game was dead, but it really got set alight in the second half with Sessegnon's goal. Semenyo came with a phenomenal goal. It was a 2-on-1 situation for him. He was running that goal, but he had two defenders. Cut past one, dribble past the other, from the sideline right to the byline. And he actually nutmegged the goalkeeper as well with that goal. That goal could be definitely candidate for goal of the month, but I definitely think that'll be candidate for goal of the season as well. I'm not saying that will be it, but that it will be a candidate, that's for sure. Justin Kluivert scored a phenomenal goal as well in the 84th minute. And then Semenyo, again, another really good goal with his left foot. I forgot who assisted him. It was the midfielder. What's his name? I forgot his name now. He got assisted. Who he got assisted by? But it was a really good goal. He hit it with the inside of his left foot from quite far distance. It was a good goal. 3-1. Bournemouth ended up winning. As you know, the first game on Saturday, the way I've got it, was Leeds United. They were hosting Tottenham. Tottenham played away. Tottenham, as you know, beat them 2-1. I told you that would happen as well. I did predict that. Tell scored in the 23rd minute. Okafor scored in the 34th minute for Leeds United to make it 1-1 at half time. And then Mohamed Kudus scored in the 57th minute for Tottenham to round it up there. Another prediction I got right was Arsenal versus West Ham. I told you I couldn't see West Ham causing Arsenal any problems. Declan Rice, I had a feeling he would score against his old club, and it happened. He scored in the 38th minute to make it 1-0 at half time. And then Bukayo Saka scored a penalty in the 67th minute to make it 2-0 in total. Man United, this was another prediction I got right as well. I said I could not see Sunderland causing Man United trouble, especially after they'd beaten us and everything else. And you saw it there. Mason Mount scoring a goal. I think that's his first goal in a long time, in a long amount of time, in the 8th minute. Benjamin Sesko finally again getting on the score sheet in the 31st minute. So that was a 2-0 win for Man United. I don't think United played all that well. There could be arguments that Tottenham didn't play all that well, or Arsenal. But I feel that Arsenal did play really well, considering it's a tough game at home. Tottenham are playing away, so you know there's no excuses, but it's going to be tough against any team playing away, and especially Leeds United. Tottenham played well in my mind. Man United, some people will say they didn't play well, Man United fans, and that's fine. But from what I saw, that was a pretty easy game for them. And they weren't going to really commit to any attacking after 31 minutes. They just weren't, man. They were going to defend, and that was it. Oh, so they won 2-0. I got that one right. And then on Sunday, the Battle of the Clarets. I told you I thought Burnley could cause an upset, but I did say to you, I can't really see Villa losing after beating Feyenoord during the week in the Europa. They played really well. They won 2-1. Malen scored both goals. He scored in the 25th minute and the 63rd minute. And Ogachukwu got his first goal. Well, not his first goal, his second or third goal for Burnley actually this season. I think it is his second goal. He scored in the 78th minute. But that was a tough game for Villa. Like I said, the Battle of the Clarets is always like that, the claret and blue. But Villa came out on top. Who else was there? There was Everton versus Crystal Palace. I had predicted that Crystal Palace would beat Everton, taking confidence from Liverpool, but they were playing away. Munoz scored in the 37th minute to make it 1-0 at half time for Crystal Palace. And Everton came back with a penalty from Ndiaye in the 76th minute, and Jack Grealish scored in the 3rd minute of extra time to win the game. And he's really, really looking like the player that he was when he was at Aston Villa. He's looking like a really, really good player since he's been at Everton. So that's a good thing. Newcastle United beat Nottingham Forest. I did tell you that I couldn't see Nottingham Forest beating Newcastle. It was 0-0 at half time, but Bruno Gumer, I say Guimaraes, but it's not. It's Gumeraj. Yeah, Gumaraj. That's how you say it. That's how you pronounce it. Sorry, my bad to all the Brazilians out there. Gumaraj scored in the 58th minute, and then Walter Mayday scored a penalty in the 84th. I did think that Newcastle would be too defensively sound and too well organised for Nottingham Forest. So yeah, and that happened. Out of Brighton, the next game was Wolverhampton Wanderers. They were hosting Brighton and Hove Albion. That finished 1-1. Verbruggen scored an own goal in the 21st minute, and Van Heck scored a goal for Brighton in the 86th minute. So yeah, Wolves didn't score any goals themselves. Yeah, it was a bit of a mad one, actually. I thought Brighton should have won that, at least a 1 or 2-0, but it wasn't to be. Anyway, they ended up having to cancel out their own goal in the 86th minute. And yesterday, when I got home from football, I watched Brentford, who were hosting Man City at home, and Erling Haaland scored in the 9th minute. A really, really good goal. And yeah, that wraps it up, really. That wraps up the weekend's events. Again, I've got to say, big up to Chelsea. We done really, really, really well. And hopefully now we can take that and start winning and start getting into winning ways. Yes, there are some problems. You may say some people say we look a bit leaky defensively. I don't get that. I don't really get that at all. We've got a very, very sound defense. We've got some injuries, yes, and we've had some red cards, but that's how it is. We've got all this squad depth. There's no complaints. We just have to move on. I did think, though, I did say to somebody, even with the squad depth, I did feel that some players in the team would not be ready, like Gittins. I didn't see the point of Boanorte and Garnacho being at the club, but Garnacho played well yesterday. So who knows? Maybe I'm one of them people that will be eating his words at the end of the season, and thankfully and hopefully, not thankfully, but hopefully, Garnacho makes me do that. But to me, I still think that Garnacho should not be at the club, and I feel we may have wasted some money there. But it doesn't matter anyhow. Arsenal are now top of the table after 7 games with 16 points. Liverpool second with 15. Tottenham on joint third and fourth with Bournemouth. Both of them are on 14. So Tottenham's third place, Bournemouth is fourth, both on 14 points. Man City are fifth with 13 points. Crystal Palace sixth with 12 points. Chelsea, Everton, and Sunderland are all on 11, but Chelsea 7th, Everton 8th, and Sunderland 9th place. Man United are in 10th place on 10 points. Newcastle are in 11th place on 9. They're on joint 9th, actually, with Brighton and Villa Villa being 12th and, sorry, Brighton being 12th and Villa being 13th. And who else is there? You got Fulham on joint 8 points as well, with Leeds both 14th and 15th place respectively. Brentford in 16th place with 7 points. Nottingham Forest 17th with 5. Burnley are 18th place with 4 points. West Ham on 19th place with 4 points, and Wolves just on 2 points at the moment. It's not looking good for Wolves, Burnley, and West Ham. I think with Villa's win and with their win over Feyenoord, they're looking like the only claret and blue that will still be in the Premiership next season. It's looking to me very much like it could be. I know it's a long season and things could happen. You never know what could happen, but I just, from previous years, when a season starts out like this, I'm going to find it hard for Wolves to stay up this season. I'm going to be honest. I don't think Wolves are staying up. I don't think West Ham will stay up, and I don't think Burnley will stay up either. I think that it looks like a full-blown conclusion. I'll know closer to time, probably about December. I'll be able to say whether they will or won't, but from what I know from previous years, it's going to be hard for them. I think Nottingham Forest and Brentford have the teams, have the squads, and definitely have the managers to be able to stay up, but we'll see. I'll leave it there anyway. I won't waffle on for too much. I did get an email in on, not an email, but a DM on Instagram. Somebody had made a suggestion that I upload some videos. I will do. The only thing with the videos is that they take so long to upload on here because I just use my phone device. I think it's easier to do the lives and everything like that. But if you like, comment, and share and subscribe enough, and the numbers go up and everything, then obviously the amount of videos will go up. But for now, I don't really see the need to start uploading big videos and everything. When I upload videos, they do tend to be longer and more in depth and everything else. But for now, we'll just keep them short and sweet. Anyway, big up the Chelsea. We won. Who we got next? We have, because we got a little break, haven't we? Yeah, we do. We've got a little break. We play Nottingham Forest at 12:30 on Saturday, the 18th of October. We're playing away. Then in the Champions League that Wednesday, following Wednesday, the 22nd of October, we've got Ajax at home. And the same weekend, 25th of October, Saturday, we've got Sunderland. So yeah, we've got Nottingham Forest, Ajax, and then Sunderland. We've got Nottingham Forest away in about 12 days. I think, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Also as well, Reece James has been withdrawn from the England squad for this month's international fixtures after picking up an injury against Liverpool. But it doesn't matter. They've got Nico O'Reilly. He'll get his first call up. And yeah, really, I'm sort of glad. I'm not glad he's injured. I'm just glad he's being rested. I hope that it's not too bad, the injury. I hope the one with Badiashile is not. I haven't heard any updates on them yet. Those of you that have, leave it in the comments. But for now, that's it. We move onwards and upwards, and next in 12 days, we've got Nottingham Forest. Let me know what you think. Comment, share, and subscribe, and like the video. I'm out.